Hi, I'm Michelle Huberman. I love fashion, I love colour, I love sparkle. I grew up as a child with parents and grandparents who were all in the fashion business. I'd spend school holidays helping out. I always used to make my own clothes, even as a teenager. And at 19 years old, I started my own fashion business. Tonatex is about colour, sparkle and style. And it can be added to any project. You can use it for clothing, you can use it for card making, you can use it for glass decoration. It will add those things to everything. This journey has led me to coming out with original ideas and lots more for the future. Make sure you don't miss me with my shows on Hochanda.
A very good evening to you. It's 6 o'clock. Do you know what that means? We are launching a brand new one-day special. I have an amazing guest with me. Let me introduce you to Becca Feefo. Becca, welcome to Hochanda.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's an honour to do a show with you. I've seen your dies before. I've read about you. I've read out to the people at home about you from the back of the dies that we've been selling. But now I get to meet you in person, so it's great to meet you.
Well, thank you.
And it's fantastic that you're here as well, because you're introducing us to this range that you've designed yourself.
Yes.
But for anyone that's just tuned in and they've seen your dies, they've seen your face on the dies, on the back, and they've read a little bit about you, can you just tell us about yourself and how long you've been crafting in your association with Spellbinders?
Well, I've been crafting for a really long time. I started out with Spellbinders on a design team about 10 years ago, and somewhere in there I thought, I think I can design those. And I asked them to give me the opportunity, and they very happily did, and that was really kind of the beginning of my everyday passion, which is designing dies. I've been designing for about 6 years, and actually the first die that I designed is still in demand, which makes me feel good.
Yes,
and
so
I just love designing dies. I really do.
You've got an eye for detail, and you'll see that in the dies that we've got available for you, and of course the demonstrations that we've got coming up. Now this is a worldwide launch of the Shadow Box die collection. It's a great price, and you can buy it on FlexiBuy, £31.31 today. Add your P&P, unless you're a Freedom member, of course, then your P&P is included. Then we'll take another payment 4 weeks later and another payment 4 weeks later, but it means we're going to get this sent out to you. 33 dies in total. Can you talk us through the range of what we're getting?
I can. Well, I really like 3D. I have done a 3D collection earlier this year that went over very, very well. And I don't ever like to orphan a die collection. If there's a die there, I want to support it down the line. So what I had in the last collection, I brought forward to this collection. It's just that it has a different base to it.
Okay.
And the base is the Shadow Box. And so what we have is a range of dies that will make, it's almost like a tool. It will make a shadow box, but there are layering dies that fit inside. And the layering dies are also from 3D vignettes. So people who had done 3D vignettes can find their home in this. We give you the shadow box, we show you how to use it, and then all the other things are embellishments that make the shadow boxes special.
Now, let me just pick this up and show you. This is an example of a shadow box, so you can see the frame around the outside. So neat, so perfect, so lightweight as well, and we'll get into why that's important in a moment's time. Now, you're looking at this size, you're thinking that's a great size, we could put the vignettes in there. However, we can change the size, can't we?
Yes,
so let's show you first of all the size that you can make. That's nice, it's lovely.
Yep.
And it's very sweet. And then I'm going to show you another one. So you might want to just stay there actually, because so that's the first one. And then the second one, yeah, is that size. Okay, stay right where you are. And then you can make a larger size, which is pretty good, isn't it? Those three.
Yeah.
I think they're amazing. Really, really good sizes to make. But then you can make another one, a larger one. I wonder if I can hold all those. I can. And then you can make one that will fit all of that and ourselves in there as well.
Yeah.
That is incredible to go up to that size.
Yeah, you're not limited in this die set that I've arranged. You can go from the smallest to the tallest. They can be rectangle, they can be square. You can do anything, and that was the goal behind the frame dies that I designed.
You are going to absolutely love these. We need to see these in action, and we will do in a moment's time. But with your set, 33 dies in total, and with the frames you get, size-wise, a 1/2 inch, a 3/4 inch, and a 1 inch. So that's going to give you the different sizes that you can make and create, and then you get, of course, all the different inserts and embellishments that you can use. Now let me just pick up one here to show you if that's okay. Now this is adorable. Love this.
Yes,
Isn't that gorgeous? I love birds. They're my favourite. I love the imagery of birds. And that one, just saying thank you as well, and just turning that round, you can see the depth that you've got in there. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Right, so they look so nice, and there is a lot of dimension in the shadow box. And previously I do a lot of elegant, and this is kind of a younger elegant too.
Yes.
So that it appeals to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's so fashionable at the moment with that vintage look.
Yeah.
And I think the birds and the bird houses and those archways are very, very popular as well, with mixed media crafts, with card making, home decor, and this range will fit into all of those categories, I really do believe.
Yeah, I think so.
If you want to get hold of this, it is a worldwide launch. 108894. You are saving £10. It is an incredible deal, and remember, you can get this on FlexiBuy. We're going to take a look at some demonstrations now. If you've got any questions, please email in or pop your questions on Facebook. It is studio@hochanda.com. So here is your one-day special. You've got the elements there. Love the design of these, that you can make and create those shadow boxes. So this is your 1/2 inch. We also have the 3/4 inch, which is just there, and there's your 1 inch. All will become clear through the demonstrations. We've got the ribbons, we've got the embellishments put on there. I love this image. If you see there, you've got the stag, and you also have the ash trees in the background. It's beautiful, they really, really are. And then you've got the sentiments in there as well. There's your bird that we love with the sentiments. Some great imagery that you can use all year round, not just through the autumn, but heading through to the spring as well. If you want to go for that, 108894. Right, we're here with Becca, and we're going to take a look at some demonstrations. What will we look at first?
Well, I want to explain the dies to you first, because when people look at them, they can't get a sense of what they do. And really, it came out of a sense, I wanted a box to send my cards in that would open up like a book that I could stick a card in. So it was a shadow box book, pretty much. And I reverse engineered it back to this. So then I had a decision, I can make one size, or I can get you to do a little bit more work, and you have every size in the world forever. And I decided to go the second way.
That's a big promise.
I decided to go the second way. So also wanted to let you know that each set has their size printed on there, because once upon a time I looked at my desk and could not tell them apart, and I said, uh-oh, we've got to actually label these so that people know. So in every set there are 4 kind of interesting looking pieces. So there are 2 pieces that are mirrored, and another 2 pieces that are almost straight that are mirrored, and we use these 2 together and these 2 together. Well, if you think about a frame has 4 sides, so we're always going to be cutting 4 panels of paper.
Yeah.
And so on each panel, we'll put this on the end, and I'll show you how it goes, and we'll put this on an end, and I'll show you how it goes. I like to start out with a pre-cut piece of paper. If you are using, I'm going to talk about 3/4 inch.
Okay.
If you're using 3/4 inch, you start out with a 3-inch piece of paper, and 3-inch will allow this die to sit on the panel of paper. And what you do is you decide how long you want the frame to be, what each leg is going to be, and that is the length that you cut. So what I have here is a panel that's 3 inches, and I believe this is roughly 6 inches. They're all the same. So the 6 inches is the length of the frame. Does that make?
It does indeed, yes.
So I'm going to remove these two and actually show you how you mount them and then how you cut them. So
now we're using the Spellbinders Platinum machine here on the show, the Spellbinder dies of course, but they will work in other die cutting machines.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Perfect. If you do want to go for the Platinum, by the way, we do have it on the show, and it's £199.99. 117611. It is on Flexi Buy, so you can get this, and it's on 2 Flexi Buy payments of £100 if you want to get that. Or if you want to turn it into 3 payments, you could always go for your one-day special and add it to your one-day special. Just saying.
Okay, so these dies look really peculiar. There are 2 bump outs on the die, and the bump outs are really important. So the bump outs actually match your corner. So you just simply lay those bump outs over the corner, and then you know you're ready to cut. And so you just simply take a piece of washi tape and stick it down. And then this one is going to mirror, and it's the same thing. There are bump outs right at the corner. The bump outs all have holes in them, and so both of these are actually corner bump outs, and so you're actually going to just put your tape down, and then I'll set that aside because we can cut 2 on here.
Now I do need to tell you that individually the shadow box frames have sold out. That's the 1/2 inch, the 3/4 inch and the 1 inch have sold out individually. So the only way to get it now is the one-day special. So you're getting your shadow boxes in the one-day special, but you're also getting those extra vignettes in there, those beautiful, gorgeous designs. It is a worldwide launch, so congratulations everyone that has it already. If it's in your basket, I'd definitely check out your basket. Sorry about that, Becca.
Oh no, that's okay. So then this is the second piece, and when you see these cut, you're going to understand what they do and why they look this way.
Okay.
There are 2 bump outs. One bump out is on the corner, and then one is just along an edge. So I'm going to line up this corner, and I'm going to line up this edge, and that's all you do. You tape it down, and then I will do the same with the other. This is 2 of the 4 pieces that I'm going to need for a frame, and I'm going to go all the way through it, trudge through it from beginning to end so that you can actually see all 4 pieces. So we'll take this to our Platinum machine. There's no need to emboss this, and let me just get the platform.
So remember, these will work in most, if not all, of your die cutting machines. Just take a look at the instructions, but with your Tangerine, with your Gemini. We've got the Spellbinder, because it is a Spellbinders one-day special, and if you do want to go for the Spellbinder Platinum, then you can do. It is favoured by a lot of the crafters here at Hochanda.
Okay, so we've now cut these. We'll just lift this off because we've got to do it again. And you will see that once it's cut, there are lots of marks in the paper, and the marks are important. You know, you would want to try to be fairly precise doing this, but you don't have to drive yourself crazy over it. These lines that you're seeing, they're the most important part of the equation.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just show you those again. There you go, just lean that forward. There you go, you can see the lines there. Perfect. Right. You can also see the size of the frame, which is handy.
Yeah, and so then this is the other piece that is just slightly different. Okay. And it will have a part to play. So now I'm just gonna lay down the next 2 dies so that we can cut them, and then we will move on to the next step. The next step does involve scoring. These markings that you're seeing, those are score marks.
Yes.
And on the smaller pieces, you can simply fold them by hand. I'm a creature that likes things a little bit more precise. So I choose to use a scorer. Since those marks are the most important thing in the equation, I highly recommend doing the next step that I'll show you, using the score.
It's a good idea. It's about precision. You can, of course, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can do it by hand.
Well, you can use a ruler and a,
yeah, you can,
you know, all that stuff. So you can definitely do that, but you do need something. So for definitely for the larger frames, it helps to have a scoreboard.
Yes.
Okay, so I've loaded up the next two. Just going to pop them in, run them through the machine real quick. And whew, there we go. I
always wait for that sound, the crack, which is a good sound. It's a good sound.
Right, and then I have both of them. I should have staggered them. I have them both in the same place. Okay, so now here are our other two pieces. And we'll leave this behind. I'll grab my score tool. Right. And so you can see I didn't hold them up in the air, and I didn't really get over them and fuss about them that much. You've got a little bit of latitude, but if you were to flip them over, what you would see is, since we've cut these to size, they're pretty much cutting right inside the cut line. Okay. You know, since I've already cut them to size. Really, our whole exercise was to kind of cut off these edges and to put the marks on there. Okay. So now, we grab a score tool. We're going to go to the scoreboard.
Okay.
So I usually just kind of come along to the edge. You want to make sure that you can see both score lines, and then you're simply going to score in between the score lines. Don't score over the score lines that we already have.
Got you.
And the reason that we don't is because that paper is already challenged, you know, because it has been embossed.
Yes.
And so we'll do that step where we simply almost connect the score lines.
Love that. Yeah, I'll hold that. I'll see if we can get that. Right. With the light, sometimes it's a bit difficult, and I'll try and just move that until we've got that. There you go.
Right, and so then you'll do that on the next piece. And I'm using an 1/8 inch scoreboard, and so these fall into that cadence already, so that one is done.
Perfect.
And we'll do two more.
So just scoring in between the score lines that are already there from the dies that you've used.
Right. And so the side that I'm scoring on is going to be the right side. And if, for instance, oh, and I just went out of that line. If, for instance, you double scored over one of those lines, just turn it over and put a piece of tape. Okay, and then I'm just going to erase that a little bit where I ran outside of the line using a bigger score tool. There we go. So that's that one. And then this one. Okay. Our next step after this is we're going to actually tape them. Okay. The taping is going to give us 4 tubes.
Right.
Okay.
I think I can see where all this is going now.
Right.
It's all starting to make sense.
Right. And so usually once people see the tubes, they get it.
Yes.
Now, there's a piece of adhesive that I'd like to put on each one of those. I usually flip these over and you can see how I have them arranged here. Whatever side is the smallest, or, you know, the smallest increment here, I usually have toward the top. That's where I'm going to put my tape. Okay. And, yeah, we'll do that. So just go across here with the tape. You know, here again, that does not have to, and I'm doing it on the wrong side. And I actually have a piece where I can show you what we're going to be doing. This is one I had already done, and I've scored it, and I usually put my tape right here, and that's because when I fold it over, and everybody doesn't have to be this way, I want this lip to be behind the frame. You know, you can tape this a zillion different ways. I can tape it so that this is on the edge, but I'm always worried that that could come loose. So I just flip this over, That's why I'm putting the tape where I'm showing you here, and next I'm going to show you how to fold it.
But you can see the precision that's in there, and of course that's really important when you're putting together any frame. It has to fit, it has to look that it has the right angles, otherwise it's going to look a little bit skew-whiff, and then the picture you put inside isn't going to look right. This is going to look absolutely perfect because you do have that precision, and anyone that makes frames will tell you that. It can be very, very difficult to get them exact, but you're going to be able to do it using these fabulous dies.
Okay, and I just need those scissors right there. I'm just going to lop off the extra adhesive, and then I'm going to show you what I think is the best way to fold these. All the rest are in place. Okay, so the tape is on the wrong side. I've always been taught that when you're scoring, whatever side has the divot is the side that's the right side, because the paper's going to bend back appropriately. So I press this down on the table and just bend like that. And then I just walk my hands right up that, and that paper gives exactly where it is supposed to give. So that one's done. And I do that through all of them. See how easy that is scoring?
Yeah.
And that's because I came to the scoreboard. You can do it without the scoreboard.
Yes.
But you have to be a whole lot more careful. So this to me is a time saver, because look how quick I can just get that and then move along. And it's just because now the paper is bent there. Now, I could have made a die that would have been this size and would have scored that all the way down, but you'd lose the ability to have every size in the world.
Yes.
So I decided not to do that and just wanted to stick with, you know, the end pieces. Okay, so now there are a couple ways to put these together. This is the simplest way.
Okay.
On another day, I'll economize and we'll make this quicker.
Okay.
But to start out, you know, so what you're going to do is you're just going to pull your tape, and then you're going to roll this over. Remember, I showed you I want this lip here, and that one's done. And so I'm going to do that for all 4 pieces. So,
I guess there was a lot of math that went into this. Do you think?
You know,
because they're very precise.
Yeah, a lot of math went through, but I can tell you that when I designed it and I started putting the first together, I had a way complicated way to put them together. And this is pretty easy. Like, you know, it's that economy that you get when you're familiar with something. You realize how it goes together easiest. And so I've honed this a little bit to where I can kick them out pretty quick.
Well, that's the great thing. You could actually pre-score, pre-cut these. You could have them in a folder. You could have them at different sizes, different colours. And then if you're going to a craft fair, for example, you've got some crafts that you want to place inside the frames, or you're selling the frames. Is that okay if people make and create and sell the frames?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
So you can have them all in a folder, and then once you know how to fold them and set them up quickly, it's going to be the best way to do that for you.
Okay, so now all 4 tubes are done, and now we go with the glue. Okay. Now, when we get on in days here, okay, this is not open yet. Yeah, I can just open it here. When we get on in days, I am going to use tape because tape's a little bit quicker.
Okay.
I am going to say that if you decide to use glue, please be patient. It benefits you to be patient and allow the glue to dry a little bit.
Okay.
You know, before moving on. Okay. So we know all of these with the line are going to be the back side, and what we do is we alternate one of these that has an angle with one of these square end tubes that does not have the angle. And so I'm just sitting them out for myself to remind me which way is up, like this. And I will tell you, this is just a tab that gets pushed to the inside, and I did it to keep the integrity of the frame.
Okay.
Okay, so I am going to take my glue and put just a little bit on that corner, which, that's a lot, and a little bit on that corner, and then I'm going to going to put it right there and let that dry.
Now there's a name, isn't there, for when frame makers make a frame and they put them together.
Miter?
Is it miter? That's it. Yeah, that's it. So let me just lift it up to show you. So yes, you don't need a miter saw or a miter measuring tool. You just need a die cutting machine and follow the instructions. And look how perfect that is. Love this.
Okay, so this has a little tab sticking out, and you'll notice I leave my scoreboard on my desk because it functions also as a squaring tool.
Yes.
So, all right, so now I'm ready to put this one in. I put a little bit of glue on that corner, and on this corner here, you don't have to come up too far, and then we're going to go just like that. Okay, and then we're going to hope that that dries.
That's brilliant. Again,
Okay.
you don't have to miter it, you don't have to cut it. It just goes perfectly.
Okay, and now gluing this edge, and I'll pop this on.
The perfect frame each and every time.
And then here. And then I'm going to pop that. Now, there's another little piece in this set.
Okay.
And it comes in use in two different ways. It's this little decorative piece right here.
Okay.
And I made that so that you can use this as a decorative piece on the outside. You can also use it to link the frames inside, which we'll see that later.
Okay.
So I have 4 little pieces here that I've already cut.
Now remember, the shadow boxes have sold out individually. The only way you can get hold of them is in your one-day special, where you're getting 33 dies in total, saving £10. It's a worldwide launch here on Hochanda, £93.94. But of course, if you want to pay by FlexiBuy, it's just £31.31, plus your P&P on your first payment. Or if you're a Freedom member, then there's no P&P, and they will take another payment in 4 weeks' time, which is in October, and another 4 weeks' time, which is in November.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm putting a little bit of glue on these because the easiest way to do the frame is to secure these on the outside as a decorative piece. So let me just get a little glue, and then I'm going to just come to the corner of this and apply like that. And so, you know, this gives you a little bit of leeway. Especially if there were a gap on the corner. If you let the glue dry, shouldn't be a gap, but if there were, then this is a great way. So I'll do that one. Now this little piece has a score mark in the middle, and it helps you do it precisely every time. If you were to use a lightweight cardstock that you felt like somebody could smash, you notice that I have those tabs that I poked inward.
Yes.
If you were afraid that somebody might mash it, you can take this and put it inside this tube so that the frame can't be crushed.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Gives it that little bit of extra strength. So lots of different ways you can use these strengtheners.
Okay, so I'm going to just pop that on the edge, and I have one more to go, and then we're in really good shape.
And they look very nice, don't they? Very decorative, but they're serving the purpose. If we turn this round, that will make that nice and strong.
And so those are going to be adorable in gold. Can you imagine?
Yes, of course, because they can be in any colour you like, because you can choose. You could do it in mirror card.
Okay. All right, so really we're done with the frame. I typically take and put a piece of cardstock inside, and so I have a piece of cardstock here, and this is what that lift does for me.
Right.
So then, okay, but that's the inside, because I want this piece of paper showing, you know, as my card.
Yeah.
But then to seal it all off, now maybe I'm doing some ribbon. If I'm doing ribbon, I'm probably going to tuck it back here before I seal this all off. I'm coming in with this last piece.
Love that.
And then that is a finished frame. that has decorative paper inside, but it's finished on the back.
Perfect.
We do have a die back here, over here, that is an easel too. So you would think, well, how are they going to stand it up? We got you covered.
Yep, we really do. And you can shop ahead on the website for those dies to make and create it into an easel. But if you imagine a photograph, you've got a lovely photograph, maybe the children have come home from school and drawn something for you. Because these are lightweight, but they look so effective, they look very expensive. And if you had cardstock that looked like wood, for example, you could place this on your walls with photographs inside. Why do frames have to be made of wood?
Well, you could pop it on the refrigerator with a magnet.
Yeah, you can, and that's going to look so sweet. Remember, you can make and create different sizes as well, down to, if we're thinking about putting on the refrigerator as a magnet, you can make them down to smaller sizes if you want to. It's just your creativity, your imagination, and what you need to use this for. The shadow box is already part of your one-day special. There are some fantastic vignette dies in there as well, and you'll be able to see those by heading to the website. We've got some more demonstrations coming up in a moment's time. So all of the products and items that are there on the web, you can go and pick and choose. They are all brand new today, and they've all been designed by Becca. Worldwide launch, though, for this one-day special, and we're so happy. I love this die set. We've got the butterflies in here, we've got the love hearts, we've got that fan as well, which you can turn, if you wanted to, into a gateway card. And then you've also got the pocket die there next to the butterflies that you can turn into an easel, and we'll demonstrate that a little later on. $59.96. It's an introductory price if you want to go for those. But it is all about your one-day special. The shadow boxes have sold out individually, and the only way to get hold of those is your one-day special. We've got Becca with us, and this is a worldwide launch. Becca Feefo has designed all of the designs here and the dies. It really is amazing when you see them put together, the engineering, the thought process that's got into these. And remember, you can make and create, I'm going to hold all these up together, different size frames, from a smaller one, let's hold this right for you, right up there, to a larger one. But of course you can go bigger if you want to. Yes, you can. You can go bigger, and you can change the shape of them as well, because there are no ends, as it were, on the die, so you can keep going, keep extending the sides to your frames. So think about the pictures maybe you've got in your home. Think about the home decor that you're putting together. Think about maybe some of the foam flowers that you've got, and you maybe put them together in a wreath. You might want to put them in a frame. Well, why go out and buy a heavy wooden frame when you can make and create it yourself? It means you're going to have the right colourway, you're going to have the right paper and cardstock to do that. But it's not just about those frames. There is more to your one-day special. Now, in some of the samples that we've got here within those box dies, let me pick this up. Within that shadow box, you can see we've got the lovely vignettes in there, which do build up and create that 3D image. If I turn that to the side, you can see that just there. Making and creating some wonderful designs, some wonderful presents. If you want to maybe give these away at Christmas time, I'm just going to come down to the front here because I love this. This is using the stag, and this is using it as a card, which is beautiful, trifold card. So we'll see they're thinking of you with the stag embellished with some flowers. And then we open it up, we've got the woods in there. And then we have got a stamp that you can put, or find a stamp yourself and place for your greeting. I love that. I think that is so beautiful. And when that's standing on your mantelpiece, I think it will look wonderful. So 108894 is your item number, £93.94. But remember, you can split the cost, yes, into a flexi buy, which means anything else that you're going for on the show, you can place into your flexi basket, and that will give you the opportunity to split the cost into three. 108894 is your item number if you want to go for your one-day special. Remember, they've all sold out individually. That's the shadow boxes, the different sizes, but you can get them as a one-day special. Right, let's move on, because we've got more for you available. I'm going to live walk over here whilst Becca gets set up for the next demonstration. Here we go. So here's your next set of dies. Again, I'll just move these forward so you can see these. We spoke about making your gateway cards with some of the dies that are in here. We've also spoken about making and creating an easel. Well, let's show you exactly what we mean with those. First of all, let me pick up this box. This has been made with that die just there. So it's a beautiful box. You could put this as a table decoration at a wedding, at an Easter festival, maybe at Christmas time, or for a birthday. You could put some potpourri in there if you want to. It is beautiful. It's delightful. But you can also use that particular die, not just for the box, but to make and create that easel. And what a beautiful, elegant easel that is on the shadow box, which is part of your one-day special. Now, these dies will mix and match with your one-day special, because if I turn this around, that's part of the die. And then, do you recognise that shape? That, of course, is in this set, this die set, just there. So you can also make and create those beautiful backgrounds as well. If you wanted to, here's another lovely, lovely example of making and creating a box card. So here we go, using that die that's in this particular set, as you'll see here. And then we open it up, and you'll see there, isn't that lovely? 558358 is your item number. This is your Spellbinders Shadowbox Accents die set. You're getting 14 dies in total in this collection. 558358. Now, this is brand new today, as is our one-day special. Very, very excited about this. Shall we have a look at some more? Shall I move? Yes? No? I will move on. We've got so much to show you, and it's a really good opportunity, of course, if you're going for your one-day special, to pop other items into your flexi basket. If, of course, you're going for other items on the show and your flexi order comes to £60 or more, for example, you can open, if your basket comes to £60 or more, you can open up that flexi buy, which means we'll split the cost into two for you. Right, let's take a look at this particular die right here. This is your Callista rectangle. It is your shadow box die. You're getting 5 dies in this set. Absolutely beautiful. Look at the detail that you've got in that framework, which looks divine. Then, of course, you've got the corner dies in there as well. £18.99 if you want to go for that. It's a beautiful, beautiful die set, and it's only £18.99. And then, if I just bring this forward to show you, should I bring that in front? If that works. There you go. There's an example of what you can make and create with this particular die set. Beautiful, isn't it? And we've got that element of layering that up. Love that. Gives a bit of depth with those nice touches of the ribbon there. Love that. Fantastic. Let's move on to our next die, which we've got available for you here. We'll bring the details onto the screen for this one. Now, this is your square shadow box, if you want to go for this. Again, a beautiful design. And you get 5 dies included in this set, and here is an example of what you can make and create if you wanted to put it on a card, for example. Being able to get a hold of these as well, brand new today, £19.99, but if you are a Freedom member, it's only £17.99. So it just goes to show that being a Freedom member really does pay off. To become a Freedom member, and you can be a Freedom member in Europe, the UK or the USA, the prices change, and of course your currency changes, but you can head to the website, have a look in your own currency, and then you can become a Freedom member. Sorry if I sound a little bit bunged up, got a bit of a cold going on. It's getting worse as the day goes on. Right, so this particular die is your oval shadow box. Love this. Love ovals, as you know. 767547 is your item number on this. So many of you are multi-buying tonight, so I'm really happy with that. £18.99. So I think once you make one, you'll want to make another, and then you'll want to make another, and you want to have them different shapes. And it's going to be really good, fantastic for your crafting fairs. Brand new today, £18.99. 767547 is your item number. The final two to show you is just over here. Oh my goodness. These are beautiful. These are absolutely stunning. Now, we'll start here. Is that the arch one? Yes. So we'll have a look at the arch as a beautiful example just here of what you can make and create. Now, the great thing about these is you can put these flat, so you can post them. You put those flat, and then you can post them. However, when they take them out of that envelope, look at that 3D effect that you are going to make and create. It's going to be easy for you to put together. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love it. I really, really do. It's your 3D card. If you want to go for this one, £24.99. 585295 is your item number for your arched 3D card set. And then, this is what you've been shopping ahead for. This is your cabinet. A cabinet, you say? Yes, I say. And I'm going to show you something. Can I just come down to the front? I'm going to lift this up, if that's okay. Now, this looks beautiful, doesn't it? Now, is this something we've been out and bought to show you, to decorate the set with? No, it's something that's been made with this die set, and it looks gorgeous, it looks beautiful, it's very, very solid as well. But you'll notice we've got some drawers on here, and if we just take that, we can see that we can now open those drawers and you can place rings in there, jewellery in there. This is using your one-day special to go inside. £24.99, 499084 is your item number. Now, we've got some news on the shadow boxes, the ones individual. Now, we have managed to get them back individually. They're still in your one-day special, but we sold out individually. Now we've got them back on 2 days extended delivery. So if you want to go for the half-inch border die set, 5 dies in there, £11.99, 204093. Then we've got your 3-inch, sorry, 3/4 inch, not 3 inch, 3/4 inch. £16.99. Again, we'll be dispatching these in 2 days' time. 298455. And then we have the 1-inch available. So if you do want to get them individually, outside of your one-day special, you've got the opportunity to do that right now, but they are on extended delivery. 2 days extended delivery. 304826 if you want to go for your 1-inch border die set. But we are now looking at the one-day special, which is a world exclusive. We have the lovely Becca Feecan here as well. What we're going to take a look at now?
Well, we went through setting up this frame, and we're going to finish it out and make a card with it, which is what a lot of people are going to do. I mean, I think it does everything that you've seen in the samples. Lots of decorative things, lots of things you can put in your home, lots of books that open up and stuff like that. But a lot of us are card makers, and this is just another place to put all of the things with your cards. Now, I make very dimensional cards, so to me, it's a blessing to have some place for those to sit in. So for this particular frame, I did go ahead and glue it down on the back. I know that I'm putting something else on it, so I'm kind of reserving it, but I have this flower that I brought that I just think is gorgeous. Okay. So I'm going to glue that into the center. Let me just get some hot glue and get that going and get a dollop there. And so I place that in the center. And then I have this tool that I kind of want to put over it.
Could I ask you, could we just move that over to the glass mat, just so the overhead camera can get the details of what you're doing, which is lovely.
So yeah, I just took a dollop of glue and secured this flower in there. I have some tulle. You could use lace or whatever. And I cinched it in the center and tied it. I'm going to actually clip off this thread so that you don't see it. And there we go. And then I'm going to flip this over and secure this on the back. So I have some tape. I actually have a lot of tulle back here, but I think that I'll be able to, let me trim that up just a little bit. So I'm going to just clip across that. And then I'll take a piece of tape and secure it. And remember, you're never going to see this. There's a back that's going to go on, but I figured that you know, this is a good place to do some of our smoke and mirrors magic that we do by just hiding it with tape. So just going to tape that down too. Then I have the back, and I will just attach the back down, and then we have that. Okay, so I have a sentiment, and I also have a pearl that I'll also glue down. Pearl is going to go in the center. So I mean, this is only a couple of minutes. This was actually pretty easy to finish out, you know, just to tell somebody something kind. So we'll put that on there.
Something a little bit different than a flat card, isn't it? It's taking your paper crafting maybe quite literally to another level, as it were, adding depth and dimension to your card making. You could still add sentiments, you can still write on the back who it's to, who it's from, but it gives somebody something that they then can put on their walls if they want to.
And actually, I love this huge flower. I've done another card like that that's right.
Oh, I'll go and find it.
Oh, it's down here on the end. Yeah.
Oh, I'm just going to go and get that. I see. Oh, beautiful. That's lovely.
Okay.
I'll reveal it when you reveal yours.
So yeah, this is the same concept.
Yes.
Just it took a couple of minutes to put the tool on and the center and then to just put a little sentiment in there that says congratulations.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And you can make matching ones. I mean, maybe this could be a gift for bridesmaids or someone that's done something very kind to you over the year. And again, this is something that they will receive. You can write on the back of it if you want to, but then they can place that on their wall and it's got it perfectly framed through those shadow box frames that you're using.
And then the final step to give them some way to stand it up, because a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's very nice, but how do I stand it up? So I took the easel, which is also a pocket, and simply die cut it. You'll see that it's perforated so that very easily you can tear off the bottom edge of that die, and it's so that you can tear it and make the easel. I take and fold back the two flaps that are going to give me some place to anchor this, and then I'll turn it over and I will plant them just a little bit above the bottom, and then it stands.
Perfect.
Look at that. Yes.
And that's this die, which is from a set available for you on the show, and you could also make and create those boxes as well. We'll put the details for this particular set that has the easel in now on your main screen right now, so you can buy that. And there's 14 dies in that particular collection, £59.96. But if you do want this one individually, it's only £16.99. That's absolutely delightful. It'll make a pocket, it'll make an easel, you can make bags. It's very, very a basket. It's very, very decorative. And if you do want to get hold of that die and that die only, it's £16.99. But if you're going for the one-day special, if you add that to your one-day special, that will be in to your flexi order, which means the cost of that will be split into two. So today that could be £8 today, £7.50 today, something like that. So it's a great way to buy from us here at Hochanda. Let's take a look at the website, where we can see the other items available. Now, if you are, oh look, there it says, if you are shopping from America, this is how you go to the website, so you can change the currency to dollars. We'll see there that we can add, and then we can change it to dollars, and then we can head down and we can see that we've got the different currencies there that we can go for. Updates the website, and then you can happily shop. And if you want to become a Freedom member, then you can do, and you become a Freedom member in the UK, Europe or the USA. Right, back to your one-day special. We are here with Becca Feekin, who has designed these dies, and we're very busy for the shadow boxes on their own. They sold out individually once, but we've bought them back on extended delivery. But it's only 2 days to wait until we dispatch them out to you. So if you want the half-inch, 40% of the stock has gone, and the details for that are at the bottom of your screen. Then we'll bring up the 3/4 inch, and I'm being told that that's now approaching 50% of the stock gone, which is amazing. And then if you want the 1 inch, which is also at the bottom of your screen right now, we are approaching 50%. This is of the extended delivery, and that is the shadow boxes individually. But if you want everything that comes, that complete collection right here, it's a world exclusive. 108894 is your item number, and nearly 20% of your one-day special has gone already. Right, Becca, let's talk through what we're going to get in the set. We've seen the shadow boxes.
Okay.
What about the other dies that are in there? We're just looking at the bird now.
Okay, so these are layering dies, and I have done these before and want to continue to do them because if you think about it, if you like 3D, then you can actually layer these together. If you're not so much the 3D person, you can do the Z-fold card. You can do a flat card. They're going to allow you to do everything, and there's so much wrapped up in every set. You've got some decoration, you normally have a sentiment. And so we have 4 new sets of layering dies. These are a little bit younger in nature than what I've done before, but I like it that way because there are more occasions to handle. For instance, the children on the bicycle that say adventure awaits, you know, you have the birdie with the thanking you, and then we have the woodland scene, and you can mix and match these. That's the key, that you can actually take a sentiment from another and use with another, so you're just really, you're blowing up your collection by getting them all.
Yeah, you really are. I mean, if you look through the website, you can have a look at the other dies, of course, that will match and work with it. Now, just picking up this sample here, you can see it's one of my favourites because I love a woodland scene, I really do. Like and then you've got the stag, it could be a reindeer, but you've got the stag in the front there, and you've got thinking of you, a little bunny rabbit there as well, so he's thinking of you. So is the stag. Very, very cute images. We open that up and you've got that forest view. And giving you that 3D element, just layering them up, really gives you depth and dimension to your card making. And then you can add a sentiment to the back if you wish. I love that. Let me pop that back down here. Other examples we've got for you, if I lift this up again. This is using the shadow box in conjunction, of course, with your easel die or the pocket die that is available in another set. So they work perfectly together, don't they?
They do. They do. Back and forth across the collections.
Yeah, I love that. Very, very ornate, very pretty.
Yeah, we want to make sure that when we give you the shell, there's plenty to put in it. And I think we can say there's plenty of embellishment here. So the shadow box dies are an important tool. You know, you can make so many different boxes. They're the basis of so many of the things you've seen here, but the embellishments make it special.
Yeah, they do. Now, if you're looking at the shadow box and thinking, right, okay, you've got your different sizes, let me just show you all the different ones that you can make and create, because you can put anything in these. Let's say you've got something very small like a picture and you want to pop it in a frame, but you can't find one this big. Just make it. How about then going up a size and make it that big? In fact, you could even put them inside each other if you want to. Then let's go up another size, because the inches that we're talking about, of course, is the actual size of the sides to your frame.
Exactly.
Because they don't have cut-off points, is that why we can make them bigger and bigger and bigger?
Yeah, exactly. That's the reason why. I have seen other sets and did not want that particular size because I do odd size cards. And I particularly wanted something that I could put one of my cards in that's going to be really large. And that would be a huge die, and it would be very expensive, and it's not this way.
Yeah, if you've got a piece of canvas art, for example, I know how much frames cost, I do, and good frames, how much good frames cost. And when I say good frames, I mean the ones that are perfect, that have all the right degrees of angle, they've been mitered perfectly. They are very expensive. Now you can make your own. And you can use cards, you can use different coloured cards, you can use wood style card as well. You're going to have a lot of fun with these, you really are. Make and create your frames to whatever size and requirements you want to as well. Your one-day special, it's a world exclusive, and you're also getting those 3D element dies in there as well. Now, the shadow box frames individually are going very, very fast indeed. We've already sold out once, but we've brought them back on extended delivery. So your one-day special, if you want to get a hold of that, 108894. Right, we're moving on. We were talking about some dies to make easels with and to make those that beautiful basket with. We've got this set for you now. Details on your screen, 14 dies in total. And Becca, you designed all of these as well.
I did. did. I looked at the shadow box and I thought, if I were making cards or if I were embellishing something, what would I want? So, I came out with a variety, try to balance it out by having some oval, rectangle, square, and circle in every collection because people have a favorite.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. I love those flowers, and I love the leaves that go with those.
Yeah.
You can use those in so many different ways.
Yeah, so those are cinch and go flowers. They are the easiest flowers that you can do because I do representational flowers. I don't do the authentic with the coloring, but people do them very well.
Yes.
You could do that with this set, but Cinch and Go is a series that I did for the person who's always too afraid to make a flower because you can thread a pearl on a wire and then you can thread each set of petals with starting at the smallest and going up and be done.
Wow, just layer them up, can't you?
Just layer them up. Yep.
Now, just to show you, these have been made with that particular die set. I think we've got some at the back we'll just get as well to show you how you can so easily layer those flowers up. Again, using the shadow box, not in a square this time, in a rectangle, something you can make. Yeah. And there you go, just getting that pearl and taking that through and seeing those fabulous flowers, but look at the depth.
So that's Cinch and Go 4. And those are simply nested inside each other. I threaded them on a pearl.
Wow.
Now that is with a foam. It's not a paper, but paper is just as easy to do it with. And I've had people come back and say, I can make flowers now.
Oh, perfect.
And that makes me feel great.
I think vellum would be really nice as well.
Yeah,
it would look gorgeous in there. So you get that one included to make and layer those flowers. Maybe you've shied away from making your own flower embellishments. Now you can if you go for the Accents die collection. 558358 is your item number. Are we moving on to another set? Yeah, let's move on. Now we've got some more dies here, again designed by Becca. Let's talk about the rectangle shadow box die and what this can do for you.
Well, I wanted something that you could set outside of the shadow box. A plain shadow box is fine, but at some point in time you're going to think, what do I do to decorate this? And that's one of the options that's already available to you. You simply cut it out and then you just nest it over top of a shadow box. And they fit in size very well, just like this one. So this is one where the rectangle fits right on it.
Beautiful.
I know.
Just adds that dimension. And because the dies themselves are so detailed, you kind of don't have to do a lot of work yourself. You cut it out and you put it on.
Right.
If you do want to go for that, it is 386562 and it's £18.99. You're getting 5 dies in that particular set. Right, we've got another set for you. And this is your square shadow box. Again, we've got the same level of detail in there, and you can make and create. If I bring this in front there, you can see that's just on a card. But you can also place that on your shadow boxes, can't you, Becca?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So these were all sized so that they would fit on your, you can make your shadow box whatever size, but as a card maker, kind of know where you're leaning. It's somewhere between 4 or 6 inches and might be higher. And so that will fit on that. It gives an excellent treatment to the edge of the shadow box.
It really does.
Yeah.
Becca, we've run out of time
for
the first hour, only for the first hour.
Yeah.
But you will be back at 8 o'clock tonight.
I will.
With our Matt.
It's
been an absolute pleasure to do a show with you.
It's been a pleasure.
So excited
Likewise.
when I knew you was coming. Thank you for watching. Please do check out your baskets. Make sure you get your one day special. Make sure you get all the individual elements you want as well. Becca will be back at 8 o'clock tonight with Matt. Thank you so much, Becca.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in a few moments' time. Stay right where you are.